Hello and welcome to the therapy floor with me, Dr. Ritz.
And me, Dr. Vicky. We are on the floor getting deep into the human experience, unpacking everyday dilemmas through the lenses of two psychologists.
Welcome back to the therapy floor.
Welcome back. This is part 2. If you have not watched our part 1, we spoke about a dilemma that was related to body image. Quite a deep one. Check that out if you haven't seen it. But for now, let's get cracking with our next dilemma.
Great. So this person addresses us. Hi, Dr. Ritz and Dr. Vicky. I feel like that's the first time someone's actually said hi to us.
I know. I mean, someone said hi, ladies, before.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't they?
Yeah. But this is more personal.
Yeah, this feels really personal. Hey. I feel quite ashamed sharing this. I'm a woman in my 30s. I have a boyfriend. I enjoy my job and I have good friends. But I'm feeling conflicted inside because I'm jealous of one of my friends. I find this eats at me as I genuinely love her and care for her, but pangs of jealousy seem to come out of me, and sometimes it's all I can think about when she is talking to me. She recently got engaged, she has this incredible career and is always travelling to amazing places. Whilst I want to listen to all these adventures and hear about her plans for the wedding, my mind keeps going to, shouldn't this also be happening for me? I feel like I'm not a great friend because I have these feelings. Our friendship has spanned over 15 years and I don't know if I should bring up what I'm going through with her.
Ooh, dilemma. First of all, I want to say that I think I like talking about jealousy and envy. And I think what she means is she's envious rather than jealous.
What's the difference? Can you let them know?
I hope this still is the case.
Okay.
But literally, a child told me this.
Oh.
Because they learnt about it in school.
Ooh.
I need to double check this before we send this out. But jealousy is about something that you have, something that you believe is yours, that you feel like you feel protective over, and someone is coming to take it. So if you feel jealous over something that is yours, and envious is about wanting something that someone else has. A key difference, right?
That's a really good way to look at it. Also, I just want to say here, I love that how open you are about saying, like, I learnt something from a child. Because weren't we talking about this earlier, that sometimes I think people think, or there can be this portrayal in the world, can't they, that like, this is my knowledge, I've come up with it, and it's, no, and we don't say, well, I don't think neither of us say that, do we?
I hope we don't come across in that way.
I don't feel like we've invented anything new.
No.
We're just sat here sharing with you our experience, our training, our life conversations as well, that kind of form part of that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's hard to like differentiate between, I think, like now where I am in your life, and I imagine where you are in your life as well, Vicky, that like the thinking as a psychologist but also the thinking as a human being is so intertwined now.
It is, but also I think that is the philosophy of our training as well. And I know that's why I chose the course that we chose.
The human experience.
Because it's all about the human experience and going on a journey with someone, and not necessarily labelling people with particular conditions, disorders, but actually, for example, if you've gone through X amount of difficult situations in your life, you've gone through some trauma, of course you're going to be depressed.
Yeah.
Of course, it's normal. Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
And so that's what I love about our training and the way that we work.
Yeah. It reminds me of, I think I've talked about uni quite a lot recently.
Yeah.
Now this reminds me of third year.
Okay.
So we had to write this paper about diagnoses and we all failed it. Do you remember? We literally, the whole class, 12 of us.
I think I erased that from my memory.
Oh,
and I feel like I told myself that I just got a low mark.
No, we all So on our course, if you failed something twice, you were off the course.
You're off it.
So failing something was huge.
Listen, and to get to final year, the 3rd year of my blood, sweat and tears, and you're telling me I might be kicked off the course? Hell no.
I'm sure we all did. I'm sure because I remember.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
It was
We did.
who did the marking. We're all like, but you told us to write about diagnosis. So we all did our research about diagnoses.
Yeah.
You know, looked on PubMed, did all our blah, blah, blah. And actually she was like, no, you've all totally missed the point. As counselling psychologists, it's not about diagnoses. It's about how people make sense of what they are going through.
Yeah.
Have you not learned any?
I know. It was a very humbling moment.
It was very humbling, yeah. But that's it, isn't it? And I love what you said, that this is how this child has been taught about the difference between jealousy and envy. And that makes so much sense.
It does, doesn't it? Because then you can approach it in a different way. And I like to encourage people to get in touch with their envy and their jealousy and think about, what is this telling me? Because it's a communication. Like all of our emotions are communication tools. So what is my envy telling me in this situation? My envy is telling me that I have some life dissatisfaction. And when I look at someone else's life and I see something that they have, it also makes me think, I want that too. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be. You can do some further exploration to figure out, where is this desire coming from? Is it about comparison? Is it about keeping up with the Joneses? Is it about status and appearance? Or is it a genuine desire that you have that, oh, this is also something that I want for my life? And own that. If that's something that you want for your life, what can you do to move yourself in the direction of the thing that you desire? Put your friend to one side and think, this is what I want in my life. And even though it may take me some time to get there, and even some things I can't even be in control of because life is unpredictable, but I'm moving forward with this intention because this is the journey, this is the place that I want to get to. So that in that way, I think asking yourself, what is this envy trying to teach me, is a really good question to ask. It could also be teaching you some other things about comparison and the not so helpful aspects of that, which I'm sure we'll come on to. But yeah, that was just like my initial thoughts about this dilemma. And rather than going straight to thinking about your friend, let's start with you. Let's start with your internal world. And
I know it's quite a rush, isn't there, for her? Like, I'm a bad friend. Do I need to share this with her?
Yeah.
Whereas actually, I think what, like, as you said, what you're actually saying is, I have this feeling, and maybe because I don't have an education around like that jealousy is okay.
Or envy.
Oh, envy, absolutely, like both of them. Because it is quite a negative word.
And it's a negative feeling.
Yeah,
it doesn't feel
nice. It's a very prickly feeling inside.
Yeah.
And so you've already kind of alluded to, because this lives in you, because you have the ability to feel it and be in touch with it, that somehow doesn't make you good. You're not good. You're not a good friend.
That's a really good thing to pick up there, because I didn't pick that up. But yeah, I think that's quite true. Yeah.
And I think jealousies and envy is a really good one to start with, because it's probably the most prickliest of them all, and anger also another one. But I would come back to like basics in the therapy room here, which is, your feelings are valid.
Yeah.
Your feelings are okay.
Yeah.
Like, you are not bad. You are not good for feeling that.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like you have to like run and go and tell your friend, like, I have these bad feelings.
No.
I think just sit tight for a second and come, as Vicky's saying, like, come back to you. And then once you can accept that this is a normal feeling to have, I really like what you said there. What's it communicating? What's the dissatisfaction?
Yeah.
I don't think we should be striving for these feelings to go away necessarily.
No, just acknowledge it. Acknowledge what it may be teaching you. And that's the positive side of it, you know, thinking about what is it that you desire, what are your values, what do you want out of life, and moving forward there. But then there is also the less helpful aspect of it, which is comparison. And in some way, focusing maybe on what you don't have, which I think is also worth talking about. And maybe also locating all of this within your friend. She has everything I want. Why? Where are you in this? Where are you in this?
Empty. That's the sense I'm getting.
Okay. Yeah.
So her friend is full and she is empty. Her friend has it all.
She has nothing. Yeah.
Do you set that up quite often?
Yeah.
That's what I would be wondering. Do you view yourself in relation to other people?
As less than. Yeah. Yeah. Good question to ask. And if that's the case, then what would we say? How would we work with that? I'm thinking self-esteem, building up her sense of worth, expanding her scope of her identity.
Yeah, I'd be looking at you as a lone figure. Who are you? What do you represent? What do you like about yourself? What do others like about you?
Yeah.
What feedback have you gotten?
Yeah.
Where does it land? You know, when you get that, where does that land for you? Do you just brush it off? Like if I was to ask you that in the therapy room, I get a feeling that your response would be like quite null and void.
Yeah.
Almost like, oh, no, nobody really ever said, or they didn't really mean that when they said it, or like it just sounds like you don't allow yourself to be filled up and you don't fill yourself up.
And I think you started off with saying, I have a boyfriend. She said that she has a boyfriend. So you brought it as something like, I have something too, but...
Yeah, and the job.
Yeah. I have these things, but...
Yeah, it's like, I have the boyfriend, but I don't have the ring. I have the job, but I don't have the travel.
Yeah.
Is there always something missing in your life?
Ooh.
Like, cause
I love that question. That's such a deep question, but such a good one. Yeah.
Like, when something good happens, are you able to sit in it, in the good, or does your mind go to, this would be better if this was here, or if this was here, or if this was in it, or this was in it? I don't know. For example, let's just say like you're 10, you got a cake and your parents got you like, I don't know, like a cake with unicorns on it. Do 10-year-olds like unicorns?
Maybe.
Okay, anyway, you know what I'm getting at. But rather than appreciating the unicorns, you think, oh, where's the sparkles?
Yeah.
Where was the fiery candles? You know, the sprinkle, what are they called? Sparkler candles, sorry.
Yeah.
The sparkler candles, where was that? That you were always looking for something else that wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then you identify in other people that had it.
Yes. Which also reminds me of something else that I like to encourage people to do when I'm working with envy, especially, is yes, it may be okay to want certain things, but as you journey along that path, hold in one hand the desire and in the other hand the gratitude and move forward together. So I'm going for this, and I'm also grateful that I have this. Let them edge forward together, because I think that just makes for a much more wholesome experience of trying to pursue or achieve more things in life.
I love that. It just sounds so grounded.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because what that's saying is you can have ambition. Like, if you want to be engaged, if you want to travel, great, have that ambition. And whilst you do that, what are you grateful for that you also currently have?
Yeah. Don't
your
lose
boyfriend,
sight.
your job, your home, your friends.
Your health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Thanks.
I love that. I think that's a really good, like, mantra to live by, like a daily one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think I use it for lots of different things. When I'm upset when something doesn't go a particular way, I like to express the frustration and the sadness and the disappointment. And then I also like to remind myself, and it's not a but, or not a dismissal, but it's like an and. And I'm also grateful that I have my health, I have my loved ones, I have like a lovely safe home, like I have access to clean front running water. You know, do whatever, like be, you know, take it as far or as shallow as you want to. But yeah, just still having a sense of gratitude and coming back down again. Like, this is true and this is also true.
Yeah. Gratitude is so powerful.
Yeah, it is.
It's just such a powerful way of snapping you from the spiral, I think, of when you do focus on what's not there or what you think you should be, or the shoulds or have to or must, and the constriction that can place, like literally like a constriction around your neck, to just make it more gentle and easy. And you have this, I had this thing once that like a great way to practice gratitude is to open your fridge and just look inside and like say the things out loud that you have in there, and to be grateful for that.
That wouldn't work for me.
Why?
My fridge is always empty. No, I'm joking. No, it is actually empty sometimes. Yeah. But yeah, of course.
Because a lot of people don't get to do that or have that experience.
Yeah. It's not a minimization of what's going on in your life.
No.
It's not like adopting, you know, like that toxic positivity where it's just like, don't be upset over anything. You have so much to be grateful for. But
it's just more a way of, I'm going to just bring you back to now, to present moment.
Yeah.
And removing the threat. Because also, I think by the comparison or the jealousy and the envy, which leads to comparison, I think that can cause very physical symptoms as well. And that's the threat response. And that's going to cause anxiety.
And may lead to certain kind of behaviours. Maybe acting distant with your friend. Maybe acting a bit aloof or cold or snappy.
Yeah. And not just with her friend. I think it could then also spill over to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know, a relationship that might be quite good and wholesome might have this now pressure to get engaged. A job that she quite enjoys might have this like pressure, like, why aren't you giving me opportunities to travel? Or, you know, being fed up at work or...
Yeah, that's a good point actually, yeah. I think this is a great dilemma, because I think a lot of people may say it. Sometimes they may not admit it to themselves, or definitely not to other people.
I think it's very relatable.
So
very relatable.
Yeah, so thank you for sharing this dilemma with us.
I think when I've experienced jealousy and envy, I think when you see it within yourself, it does give you that like shock. Like, oh,
I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be feeling
like this. Yeah, like I should only be happy for the other person.
Yeah.
And I think that's, you know, just bringing it full circle. And it also just admitting it, like we all feel it.
Yeah. Admit it to yourself.
Yeah, just showing yourself compassion for that. And yeah, we all feel it.
Yeah. That's not to say that you can't share it with your friend, because I've known some people who have shared. They've not necessarily said, I'm jealous of you, but they've kind of owned it and they've said, this is what I want this and you have this, and I find it hard because I'm still like, I'm happy for you, but I also feel sad that I don't have this. And that's gone really well. But, you know, it helps to be speaking with someone who can handle that and can handle that conversation well.
Definitely. And I think that can be a conversation to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like after the more internal thinking.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right.
Thanks. I think that's a really good one.
I think that's really good.
Yeah, I hope a lot of people get something from this. So let us know what you do get from it.
Yeah.
What do you think about jealousy and envy? How do you differentiate between the two, if at all?
How have you dealt with it? If you've experienced it, either yourself or maybe felt the effects of it from another person. How have you dealt with it? Please share with us. Yeah.
And remember, please like and follow on our socials. It means a lot to us.
And subscribe.
And subscribe too. But for now, I'm Dr. Ritz.
And I'm Dr. Vicky.
And we'll see you back on the floor shortly.
Bye.
Bye. This is Dr. Ritz.
And Dr. Vicky.
Remember to like, subscribe, and follow us on our social media channels.